is Robert J. Ray, president of the Organism Chapter 4. I'm coming to you again because a lot of individuals ask me about mental health and how does that work and how does the organism process deal with that. And that was an excellent question because when I worked out at the prison, that was a mental health prison. All of the inmates in there were supposed to have some type of mental defect or some type of personality defect. But when I did my session with them, that opened up a whole new light for some of those. That's the session I call Awareness Mental Health. And the first thing that I asked them was, what was their mental health capacity on a scale from 1 to 10? Just be thinking about that for a minute. On a scale from 1 to 10, what's your mental health capacity level? Now, you might ask, so what are you talking about, Mr. Ray? Okay. Most everyone tend to think that they are normal at all times. So we'll say this is normal. That's normal. And this is we'll have to number these as maybe 2, 3, 4, 5, and maybe 6, 7, 8, and 9. So everybody that lives is on that mental health continuum. Your mother, your father, your sister, your brother is on that mental health continuum. They're either 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now, what happens is that most of us, every day we wake up and we go to work, we are normal. Everybody's on a 5, or 6, or 4, or 5, and there's not much change in their behavior when you have that. Now, when something happens to you and something causes you to get bad mental health, it comes in on you, and you might slip back down to a 2, and then you ask yourself, well, what's it? Why is he acting that behavior? It could just be someone cursing someone out, calling them names. And you'll say, well, he must be angry or something. And that would be true. So, but if you go down to a 2 on the mental health continuum, then you can still recover. After you calm down, someone may come and talk to you, and they may say, well, hey, Joe, you said what you wanted to say now, and everybody heard it. Calm down. So when he calms down, then he'll move back up to a 5. And this is what everyone does. When you get angry with your kids, when you get angry with your parents, you'll get angry and start cussing. But when you quiet down, when your feelings change, then you move back up here to a 5. Now you're normal again. So what happens is that sometimes people can't come back. And they'll move into what you call straight jacket. Range. And all this means is that you can come down here so far and so many times, you'll get angry so many times and you'll go back to normal. And then you'll get angry so many times and then you'll go back to normal. But then something peculiar will begin to happen. You'll get down here and you'll stay there for maybe a day, 2. And then you may go into staying there for a week or so. And now you're in what they call straitjacket area. This happens to everybody. Sometimes people go down in the straitjacket area and they can go to the psychiatrist or mental health counselor, or they can go into an institution, and they can work with them by medication and by counseling and therapy, and they can move back up from the straitjacket area back up to normal again. And I know you've seen people be put in a straitjacket. They have them wrapped up like this and they have them tied up in the back so that they won't hurt themselves and other people. You're in the straitjacket area there. So when you get into this area, then you become dangerous. See, and this is what happens to people. Most people, when they kill somebody or murder somebody, they have moved down here in the straitjacket area. I'm in Maria, Mississippi. We had a stabbing death on Thursday, a day before Christmas, I think it was, Wednesday 3rd. A guy went over to his lady's house he was having a relationship with, and the kids was there, and grandkids was there, and they was having some problems, but he talked his way into getting in the house. And they let him in the house, and once he got in there, altercation started, and he stabbed her several times, and she died, and her family was there. Now, would you think that he was normal, or was he in the straitjacket area? Yeah, you would probably say he was in the straitjacket area. Okay, so he done that, and now they got him down there in the Lauderdale County Jail, and he's probably normal again. You could probably go in there and talk to him now, and he can probably talk to you about the football, the National League, the basketball game that was on last night, and who was hot and who wasn't, and he'll be normal. And you will look at him and you'll say, why did you stab that lady to death like that? And he might give you all kind of explanation of why he done it. But the main thing he won't understand is that first the feeling was stimulated. He got angry, he got really hurt. They made him sad over there, and it kept going that way until he got down in the straitjacket area where he said, hey, I'm gonna go over there and I'm gonna do something to her, and I'm gonna stab her. I'm gonna do something to her. So if you don't get a person when they're in this area here, they would do all kind of criminal things, all kind of violent things. It's the same way when husbands beat their wives up. They don't start out beating them up. Most of the time they normal. But something during that day caused him to slip down on this mental health continuum, and he gets into an angry mood. He gets into a rage, and he take it out on his wife. It might be alcohol might cause that. It might be some other drug that cause that. And it might be something that's on the job caused it. A lot of times, your boss might cause you to be angry, and you'll go home and take it out on the wife and the kids and the dog. You kick the dog. But as long as you can move back up here into the normal area, then you'll be okay. Now, this is a straitjacket area here. But see, most of us want to go up into this area, this is when we've got our stuff together. Yep. Together. See, as long as we are moving that way, then we're going to be successful. But you got to know that when something come in on you and you start slipping down in this area down here, then you may have to have somebody to talk to, may have to have some counseling, so that individuals can point out just what the issue really is. So this is the way you want to go. When you start out during the daytime, you want to kind of move up to a 6. When you get to these jobs, if you got a job that you really love to go to, you'll move up to a 6. Then something may happen on the job. You might even move up to a 7. Then if you mess around and get a promotion they tell you you're getting a raise, you might be up to an 8 or a 9 by the time the day ends and you're ready to go home. But just make no mistake about it. Every individual from Donald Trump all the way down to the crack addict that's down there in the gutter trying to hustle and get him a rock is on this continuum. President Trump was on this continuum the other day when he wouldn't sign the stimulus package. He had moved from normal down to here. Anytime that you can go out and play golf when your subjects are suffering and about to lose their income and about to get put out, and you go and play golf. He was down here in this area down here because he didn't care what happened to people when he was down there. But something happened Sunday night. Some people got to him, as I understand, and they talked to him and they brought him back out of here and back up here to the normal range, and he signed the relief bill package. See? Because he was comfortable then. See, he had gotten back up here where he was normal. Now, if he was normal, he would have signed it when they first sent it down to him. That was what's supposed to happen, is to sign it and then send it on back so they could get it on. But everybody's on this mental health continuum from 1 to 10. And it's according to where you are on that mental health continuum is the way you're going to behave and the way people are going to take you. You can't go out every day going from normal back down here. That's when you're going to get in trouble with the society and with law enforcement, and the judge may have to be brought into it. So just think about it. Whenever somebody said, oh, he went insane, he just didn't automatically go insane. It took a while. He kept moving down this way and he'd come back. He kept moving down and he'd come back. But by, he kept moving down this way until he got to the point where he couldn't make it back to the normal range. And this is what happened. So this is the mental health continuum. Now you'll know that people just not crazy. I mean, even the individuals that's in the insane asylum, you can go in there and talk to them for an hour, and it would be just like you were talking to any other person with good mental health, because they don't stay down here in the straitjacket area 24/7. They move up and down this continuum. That's why people say, well, I just saw him the other day and he was okay. I just saw him the last hour and he was okay. But it's stimulant that comes in on people that cause them to go back down here. And then when you get down here and you can't hardly make it back to normal, then they have to put you in an institution. And a lot of times they put them in prison because they did something while they was down here. They got that made them catch a crime, and they put them in prison. So from here on, the rest of your life, you know that if somebody says somebody is crazy, that doesn't mean that they are crazy 24/7. It just means that they moved down on this mental health continuum, and now they're dangerous down here. They're either suicidal or they may kill somebody. So that's all I have to share with you on the mental health continuum, and I'm anxious to move on.